will begin at the 25. Jackson on first down. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. 30, 20, 10, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Jackson's pass complete to
J.K. Dobbins, 75 yards, and the Ravens have taken the early lead. Wow, first play of the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive-type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, you spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like it goes right out the window.
at their own 25-yard line.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll set up to throw it. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Matthew Judon in there to take him down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Now it's Roethlisberger. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. He's at the 50, the 30, past the 20, and he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Juju Smith-Schuster, an even 90 yards. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up. Right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25.
Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson rolling, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
T.J. Watt.
T.J. Watt causing the disruption. He gets the sack. So now a 3rd and 7 in defense. Look, 6 DBs. From the gun, it's Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. First carry for the 2018 Pro Bowler, James Conner. And he'll get this one up to the 26.
Conner, the ball carrier.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a pickup.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else he'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
On 2nd and 7, Roethlisberger. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. 16 yards, a 1st down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
They snap it at 1. Now it's Roethlisberger. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. A run by Conner on 1st down, and a good one, as he'll get about 7 here.
James Conner.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Play fake to Conner. Now Roethlisberger. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
Offense.
In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose it down on the grounding call. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. He wants it all for the end zone. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. 2 first-quarter touchdown passes now for Ben Roethlisberger. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Charles, there aren't really any slow receivers, but there's fast and then really fast. He's really fast, and he showed off the afterburners there.
And that he is, because when he took off, I was thinking there's no chance that he can actually reach him with that pass. Yet he did, and he's still sprinting. And just think about what that does for everyone else on his team, because his ability to stretch a field opens things up for the rest of the receivers on the team.
Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7.
Chris Boswell.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. First carry for the former Buckeye, J.K. Dobbins. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains. Now on 2nd and 13. Jackson stepping up. He's going to keep it.
Number 8, Lamar Jackson.
They give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
A gain of 10 yards.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Jackson from the shotgun. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Andrews. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 20-yard line. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give them 25 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. Dobbins hit and he fumbles. And it looks like Steeler football. It is.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them passive, has it? I mean, they dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback and the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be created in the running game, and they did it to perfection and caused a fumble there.
Took away the gaps, took away the holes, took away the football. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the 1st.
Remember on their last drive, they had that pass play for a touchdown, and here they come out firing again. This play's not quite as good in the end result, but still good enough for a quick 1st down.
a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 13-yard gain yet again, just like last play.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Completion here to Claypool. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Steelers.
And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half.
Here we go. 230. Let's go. Help out.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football. They're on the march, but facing a third down here. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Able to hit his target. Claypool's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 21. Third catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down.
For the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep with the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Incomplete.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
At the 21-yard line.
Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. And this is caught at the 8. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. He's got the first down. He's got a big game going right now. Already over 100 yards receiving in this first half alone.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Eric Ebron, the big tight end, is intended target, but it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Ben to throw again. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. 3 first-half touchdown passes now for Ben Roethlisberger. And the Steelers their lead. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions, and they're a PAT from going up 21-7.
Yeah, very impressive the way that they moved the football. Full command of their playbook, full command of the way they wanted to attack.
Chris Boswell.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken in the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have
a battle for it, and it's intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick.
You're looking there at a defensive back who's maybe a step slower than he was when he came into the league a decade ago. I know I questioned his speed coming into the game, but what he's lost in speed, he's more than made up for it with intellect. And that's a great job of knowing how to position himself to make that interception.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. Throw left side, taken in by Claypool. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. On 1st and 10 is Connor. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
On 2nd and 11 now. Roethlisberger, that is caught at the 7. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Sometimes a group that gets overlooked, certainly, the offensive line. Right there, they really helped with that score.
Didn't they tell us in our meeting that when we score touchdowns, running the ball, that means the offensive line actually scored first by moving people back beyond the end zone. We saw evidence of that on that play.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. This Ravens offense heads back out there, led by Lamar Jackson. A lot of the problems have been on the other side of the ball. Is that frustrating for a quarterback who's been playing well?
It is, but there's no way that the best ones let their teammates know that. They actually take it upon themselves and say, okay, I have to do even more, or I need to play better. Maybe even say I put my defense in a bad spot. That's what true leadership shows you.
Yeah, well, he doesn't need to change much personally. Now a man open down the middle of the field, and they get it. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Martin, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed, his elusiveness, and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Operating from the gun. Jackson on the move to his left. He's going to take off with it. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. From the gun, Jackson. The 20. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. Minkah Fitzpatrick, thinking back to last year, had a pick 6 for the Steelers shortly after coming over from Miami, and he steps up with another one here. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Taken in the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard
The
line.
Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right? Good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time.
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Out to his, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Bud Dupree charging hard from that linebacker spot, and he drops him for a loss of 11. And they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Operating from the gun, Jackson. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay.
Jackson's
The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. You know, Lamar Jackson last season, the first NFL quarterback with 3,000 or more passing yards and 1,000 or more rushing yards in the same season.
And we've seen both of those talents on display here today. We just saw another completed pass. And everyone knew coming out of college he could run the ball. But for some reason, we didn't analyze it throwing the way we should have. I think every time he completes a pass, he says to himself, Take that, evaluators. You guys really missed the boat on me.
And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted. Spotted at the 14.
Here we go.
The Pittsburgh offense start their next drive. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them, every move they make works, it clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. On second down, Samuels. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The Steelers on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Conner. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. Conner, 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But a short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, oh, he's a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7, forthcoming.
Ball carrier.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
That's good for a Pittsburgh.
At completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
On 3rd down, it's Conner. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. And Mike Tomlin going to roll up the sleeves here and say, let's go for it on 4th. They'll run for it with Conner, and he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Caught right side, it's Snead. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the gun, Jackson. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
Jackson.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. And Jackson throwing once more. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
Jackson's pass. Complete.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
Tucker on for the field goal. A 34-yard attempt.
Tucker's kick is good.
His kick.
And that drops a deficit from 28 to 25.
Steelers 35.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Here comes Ben Roethlisberger and the Steeler offense back onto the field. And how about the start so far, Charles? 3 first-half touchdown passes.
And that's how you generate excitement on a team, keep your offense moving at a really high level, and it's also how you establish leadership by playing that well. 3 touchdown passes, that's the way.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. And big play there just before halftime. 73 yards. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Check 52.
Roethlisberger will throw. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Big Ben with his 4th touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Steelers offense, they continue to pour it on. So the big play to kick off the drive set them up 1st and goal, and they're able to cash in right away on play number 2.
I think I'm starting to understand more and more when we get ready to do games and we meet with coaches why they talk about big plays, explosive plays, and how it sets them up for success, because that's exactly how they're able to score on this one. We saw the touchdown, we saw the payoff, but of course that play is what got them in position.
A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jackson. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. We just watched a very good first half out of the veteran, Big Ben. He's over 300 yards passing already. How high can he go? To find out, let's kick it back over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the 3rd quarter. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
The Steeler offense now with the football first here to begin the 3rd quarter. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Running to start the drive is Samuels. He finds an opening past the 40, and he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. A big run there, 29 yards and a 1st. Once he broke through that first wave of defenders, there was a pretty big gap there for him to run.
And it helps that they run a dime defense. That's 6 defensive backs. So this is why a lot of teams now are searching for those linebacker safety combo type guys who can add a little bit more size on the defensive side of the ball, but can still run as well, because when you run against 6 DBs with some bigger offensive linemen, you often get this result.
On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And brought down, but not before before they're inside the 25. 15 yards on the play, first down.
A good carry and a first down by James Conner, and this Pittsburgh team is really hoping he's back in form because last year the entire Pittsburgh offense suffered without Ben Roethlisberger at quarterback. James Conner only 715 combined yards, but in 2018, he was a Pro Bowl running back. Combined yardage that year, 1,470. They're hoping for 2018 James Conner in 2020.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. And they'll get him down right about the 20. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
66. World.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker. You got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? The ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense. Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
On 2nd and goal, Roethlisberger. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touch. Flags down, so let's sort this out.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty, no question there.
You don't think they spent a couple of seconds mulling over what the penalty
I don't
would
even
be?
know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Extra point put through by Boswell, and that will extend this big lead.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 20.
The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27th.
Tackled at the 20.
Bud Dupree, a former first-round pick, in on the stop.
Brings up.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to settle down and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Steps away. He'll run it. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
Looked at me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield, and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
Good enough for us.
Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Dobbins running out of the gun, and he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit. Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating to each defender, ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the number one thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Connor, and he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Right, 80. You ain't going nowhere. 58, right over there, right over there. Yeah. Mike, alert, alert. Yeah,
On 2nd down now, it's Connor. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. A loss of 1, now a loss of 2, and they're staring at a 3rd and 13. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last.
Fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
1st and 10.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake in the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ball game.
On 1st down, it's Samuels. And he's brought down. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the...
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Benny Snell taking it in as his guy pour it on.
The touchdown was scored by the runner, but the offensive line, they feel like it's theirs. They blocked that one up perfectly, allowed him easy access to the end zone.
Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more.
The kickoff for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard
The
line.
Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game. They're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He gets this underneath to Dobbins. And he'll be brought.
Dobbins.
It's a gain of 7, and it'll make it second down. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Jackson's throw caught here by Boykin. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. To throw again is Jackson. That'll be complete to Dobbins. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
A 6 yard.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Open man is Duvernay.
Jackson.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17.
Duvernay. A gain of 9.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. That's complete, right around the 8. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. The Raven passing game getting in sync, another first down. They down at the 1. Had the great move, but couldn't get it all the way home. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down. A little do-it-yourself run right there and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they could.
And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown.
Touchdown.
A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Ravens, they claw one back.
Extra point.
That's a whole lot of points still to be down. But congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
Is good.
My old high school coach used to say, Charles, he said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never had showed up.
Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh?
Taken in the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
Take over 1st and 10. At their own.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just, in certain situations, they will take them out. But for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. James, give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. 25 yards there on the catch and run. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You just go ahead and play.
On first down, Samuels.
The ball carrier.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the fourth.
Yeah, what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the first down, that's extra time, extra plays. Really hurts the team on defense.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1 yard line. Give him 2 yards. That sets him up 1st and goal. Now here's Snell. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Benny Snell, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And this Steelers offense is running away with this one. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it ends with a 1 yard touchdown run.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared.
This pass into the arms of Snead.
Complete to Willie Snead.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3 at the 32-yard line.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Flush to his right. And he's going to keep it here. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Jackson always a threat to run. He's got the first down. He was the NFL's leading rusher among QBs a year ago.
Baltimore.
Jackson on first down. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. But it looked like a Raven was able to get in there, and they will indeed keep the possession.
Roethlisberger sacked.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone and the frustration everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
This will be fielded at the 17. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
at their own
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. Big Calais Campbell fighting through to make the play in the backfield.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
58's Mike. Don't get nervous.
Shotgun handoff to Samuels. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 3rd and 15 coming up after that loss of 2.
Well, they went back to him, but the results were similar, so I highly doubt that he'll get another opportunity here on 3rd and long.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58.
Staying on the ground with Samuels. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction.
For the Steelers.
I know there may be temptation to go for it here in overtime, but you have to punt the football.
I like how emphatic you are about it because I know the player. Let's go get this thing. You're actually telling your coach, come on, coach, we can get it. We have that play call. And the head coach has to remember, that play call likely isn't there. Punt the ball away. Punt it away. Be smart.
Trust your defense.
Trust them.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Steelers are winners as we say so long from Heinz Field.